G'day to all of you at Africa Down Under. I very much wanted to be with you today and regret I'm unable to join you in person. To our African guests in your audience, I would like to personally welcome all of you to Australia. And I underline my gratitude for your efforts in travelling across the 12,000 kilometres of the Indian Ocean for this event. Australian resource companies have well and truly discovered Africa. You'd be familiar with all the numbers. At least 230 Australian companies have more than 650 projects in 43 countries and territories, worth US $20 billion, with billions more in the pipeline. Over 40% of all Australian overseas mining projects are in Africa. This investment has absolutely transformed Australia's relations with African counterparts. It has built unshakable foundations of strong people-to-people links. It has brought our governments and private sectors closer together. It has created new opportunities for trade in goods and services. And it has made unprecedented contributions to economic growth and development. Since becoming Foreign Minister, I've visited Africa 5 times. I've met ministers and presidents from almost all the countries in which you invest. And the messages I receive are consistent. For the Australian industry, your standards of excellence in services, technology, exploration and management practices are well known. Your perseverance and your commitment to corporate social responsibility, transparency, proper labour standards, proper maintenance of the environment, these are all critical. All of these factors have earned Australian companies a world-class reputation, and we have to keep it that way. My African counterparts consistently request more Australian investment or assistance in opening their natural resources sectors to help deliver the economic benefits that we in Australia have enjoyed for years. We're responding to this request. Australia has over 100 years of experience in attracting overseas investment to harness our resource potential and promote economic growth. Australians for generations past and into the future have enjoyed the economic benefits that mining has delivered. Australia is committed to sharing our mining experience with our African friends. It is experience that can help the countries of Africa harness their natural resource wealth, attract investment to them for the benefit of all their peoples. And we can ensure that this investment delivers the economic benefit to the people and governments of Africa as it does in Australia. In July, I delivered the first independent review of the aid program in 15 years. The Australian government outlined a range of reforms to make effectiveness the cornerstone of the aid program. One key objective is to improve the incomes and employment opportunities of the poor, including through the development of sustainable mining industries. For the first time in our history, mining will be a feature of the overall aid program structure as a part of an individual development objective for the Australian aid program. We're already working to put this in practice. In June, at the 17th African Union Summit in Equatorial Guinea, I announced an Australian-African Mining for Development initiative. Australia will provide a range of support and training options and share our expertise in mining technologies and management. This package will assist more than 40 African countries. The challenges of doing business in many African countries are not lost on this audience. But everyone here today is an Africa optimist. And there is cause for our optimism. While the pattern is not universal, the trend is clear. Africa is changing for the better. Democracy, accountability and governance in many countries across the continent are improving. Africa is young and is urbanising. Technology is changing societies. 4 of the top 10 fastest growing economies in the next 5 years will be African. 1/3 of Africa's 1 billion citizens are now considered middle class, as many as exist in the entire country of India. Foreign direct investment to Africa increased from 9 billion in the year 2000 to 62 billion in 2008, almost as large as to China relative to GDP. And despite all of this, Africa's commodities boom is just starting. Africa has arguably the world's richest mineral and energy deposits. It is estimated to have 30% of global mineral resources, but only 5% of exploration expenditure. Australia is at the forefront of this exploration and investment, and there is opportunity to expand these horizons even further. Conferences such as today's play a critical role in building new partnerships between Australian and African industry and government. Before I sign off, I'd like to quickly thank those who have organised today, in particular Bill and Bill's colleagues at the Australia-Africa Mining Industry Group. I commend your efforts. I wish you all the very best for the next 2 days and apologise again that on this occasion I'm not able to be with you. All the very best for the conference and for the future of the Australia-Africa relationship.